morning, everyone. My name is Carla, and you've reached my FlossTube channel, Carla Being Crafty, where I talk about mostly cross stitch, but also other crafts that I enjoy sometimes, and a little bit of life thrown in. Today is FlossTube number 155. It is Sunday, August 28th. Can't believe we're almost at the end of August here. Tomorrow is my dad's birthday in heaven. He passed away when I was 10, almost 11. And so he's been gone a long time. He's been gone more of my life than he was with me, but that doesn't mean I don't think about him all the time and miss him. And so I will be thinking about him, especially today and tomorrow, because yeah, it's his birthday. So happy birthday, Daddy. I want to say welcome to anybody who is finding my channel for the first time. I hope that you like what you see, want to hit like and subscribe and all of that stuff. Also, if you do like what you see, if you find anything that I tell you entertaining or helpful and want to give a tip, I'm using the super thanks on this channel, which is a little button on, if you're watching on a computer or on your phone, there's a little, looks like a $sign, and you can add a super thanks to the video. And so I always appreciate that if you're so inclined. Of course, it's not required. It's always a fun surprise when somebody does that for me. So it's there if you want it. But welcome to all of you guys. I do want to say thank you so much for everybody who commented last week. I had shared some, some anxiety feelings and stuff that I was going through quite a bit last week, or the last couple weeks actually. And so many people, commented and said kind of like, hang in there, and I feel ya. I have that anxiety too with the same kind of thing. I think it's something that's pretty common in our lives right now. Just the state of the world, I think, has caused people to just have a little bit more anxiety and insecurity and some of those feelings, and it's hard sometimes. It really is. And so thank you for everybody who is empathetic with me and encouraging and everything. I have to say, this week I have a much more like go with the flow kind of attitude. That doesn't mean that I'm getting anything more accomplished than I did previous. But what it does mean is that I'm not stressing myself over it. If I don't get house chores done, as you can see, I've got boxes piled up behind me because I've taken down to the trash. And I wasn't able to do it this week. Part of that in a minute. But I'm not so stressed about it. I'm just kind of going with the flow. I didn't do much yesterday. I had big plans to get a bunch of chores done like I always do, and I basically stitched all day, which is really good for my well-being, and it gives me stuff to show you guys, so that's good. And I had a relaxing day, so that was important too. So yeah, I'm in more of a go with the flow kind of mood right now. I don't know how long that'll last. Anxiety might come roaring back tomorrow. I have no idea. But yeah, this was a very, very busy and tiring week. For those of you that watch my channel, you know that last week, Monday through, actually it was kind of Thursday, they were doing re-asphalting on my half of my apartment complex parking, which meant that my car couldn't be there. You could still get into your apartment, and that wasn't an issue, but the problem is I live in Southern California. There is not hardly any street parking in my neighborhood, and any street parking that isn't just right in front of my apartment, or there's one side street that it's allowed because there's apartments on that street, but all the other streets around me are permit parking only for the residents of that street. So it's a hardship, and I had to not be here basically, unless I could get somebody to pick me up from work, someplace to put my car and pick me up from work and drive me home, all that kind of stuff. I basically had to not be here. So what I did, Monday morning, I had to be out of the parking lot by 7, which meant I had to get up early. a whole hour early, which on a Monday morning is so hard. And I didn't sleep great the night before because I was stressing about getting up. But anyway, I was out. I fed Baggy. I gave him some extra food, and I gave him his, usually he gets wet food at dinner and gets dry food in the morning and night. I gave him his wet food in the morning so he would still get that. And I had packed just a change of clothes and my regular going to Aaron and Stacy's bag that I always take with me. And I was out of here by 7. So I got to work an hour early, which meant that I could leave a little bit early, which was good. And then I went over to Aaron and Stacy's on Monday night. Had dinner with them and just slept on the couch. But as is usual for me, and it has nothing to do with it being a couch, it's just if I'm sleeping in a different place, even like going to a hotel or bed and breakfast or anything like that, that first night I never sleep well. And Monday was no exception. I slept horribly. Had to get up. I mean, I got up at my regular time, but it was still, and then I had to hit traffic, which I'm not used to. But I got to work Tuesday morning. I was so exhausted that day. We had a training, like a Zoom training session on Tuesday morning. So after that, then I went and I came home and I was able to park in like the central parking, which I'm not really supposed to park in. It's meant for like second cars and it is permitted. It's kind of like a first come first serve, but it's still permitted parking. But during the day, I figured, people are at work. I actually was expecting to see lots of street parking because people being at work and there wasn't any. So I did park in that lot just for like 10 minutes or so. And I came home, I fed Baggy, I checked on him and grabbed like another shirt for the next day and went back to work. And then went home I didn't go home. I went back to Aaron and Stacy's on Tuesday night and slept much better that night, which was good. And it was funny because Monday night we went to bed like really early, like 10 o'clock, which is even earlier than I normally do at home, and I slept really badly. Tuesday we went to bed like at midnight and I slept much better. I don't know. But so Wednesday morning I left Aaron and Stacy's planning on coming home that night. Because it was supposed to be finished. The parking lot was supposed to be finished on Wednesday. The other thing was I get off early on Wednesdays, so I figured I would get off early and there would be lots of street parking because, I was getting off work at like 2 o'clock. I normally get off at 3, but I left a little bit extra early because of that. So, and we also got an email around 5, I mean this was after all this happened, that we couldn't park until Thursday afternoon. Even though they were done. They had finished, they were leaving about the time I got home, so they got done around 3 o'clock, I guess. But they still wouldn't allow anybody to go onto the asphalt yet. I guess it's dry or cure or something, I don't know. But anyway, so I got home, I expected there to be street parking. There was not one space, except for like, there's illegal like parking in the red spaces. And I debated and I kept going around the block, and every time I went around the block, somebody else was parked like in an illegal space. Like when I first went past, there weren't any legal spaces left anyway. But as I kept going around the block trying to make a decision, people kept parking in the illegal spaces anyway. So as I said, there is a side street that is about a block and a half, I guess. I don't know how far the distance is, but that street is lined with apartments, so there is street parking on that street. And I was able to find a space about halfway down the block. I was able to parallel park, left over from my days living in Long Beach. I was able to parallel park and get a parking space, and then had to basically walk like 2 blocks to get home. Or a block and a half, or a big block. I don't know. For me, it was a long walk. It was, I mean, it isn't a long walk. It was like a 5-minute walk, right? But for me, and my knees and my back, it was difficult. So I got home, and it was also like, what, 88 degrees or something that day. So I was hot, I was sweaty, I was exhausted, but I was home Wednesday night, so that was good. And then Thursday morning, I still had to walk back. So yay. I mean, I got my exercise ring closed on both those days. But then Thursday was a semi-normal day at work, and I got to come home and park on Thursday night. But the whole week was just really exhausting for me. And on top of that, I have just been so busy at work, which is in some ways a good thing, right? Because the days go faster when you're busy. But it's just, I'm juggling paperwork and things for multiple clients, which doesn't happen all the time. We've had some big clients, which tends to make my boss stressy, and then he gets demanding, and that's hard. So yeah, I've just been juggling a lot of clients and a lot of paperwork, and it's just been really super busy. And then last week was just really tiring too. So all that to say, you know, it was a very tiring and busy week, but it's done. Actually, my spirits wise, as I said, I was a little bit better than the week before as far as anxiety. I guess worrying and stressing about the parking situation was worse than living it. Living it was very exhausting, but it wasn't as stressful. And even though I was so busy and tired, I stitched, I think, every day. So I have stuff to show you guys. But before we get to that, very big important thing to talk about. I set up 2 Stitchy meetups, Zoom Stitchy meetups for September. And the first one is actually next Monday. Not tomorrow, but Monday the 5th, which is Labor Day here in the United States. So we have a 3-day weekend, and I thought, well, I'm home anyway. I don't want to sleep the day away, so I might as well get up and, you know, get dressed and have a little Zoom Stitchy meetup with you guys on Monday morning. So I scheduled it for Monday, which is September 5th at 10 a.m. And here's the thing, because I realize I'm not giving a lot of lead-in for anybody to, you know, contact me to get the information. I am, probably for the only time, going to give you the information here on camera of the meeting ID and password, and then I'll put it below in the description box in case you can't write it down right now. So you don't need to contact me, you can just jump on. If you would contact me and let me know you're planning on jumping on, just so I have an idea if there's going to be anybody there, if I'm going to be sitting there for 2 hours by myself, that would be great. But you don't have to, because I'm giving you the numbers now. So if you have a pen and paper, I'll wait a second so you can grab one, or you can put me on pause. Okay, so the meeting ID for next Monday the 5th at 10 a.m. is 853 6186 1155, and the passcode is the same passcode it always is, DMC 123. Okay, so that is for Monday, September the 5th at 10 a.m. And then I have another one scheduled for Friday, September 23rd at 6 p.m. That one I'm not going to give the meeting ID live. So you will have to private message me on Instagram to get the information. And hopefully I will see you then. I figured 6 p.m. on a Friday, I can get home. I can maybe grab something to eat before the meeting. And it would be like 9 o'clock for people on the East Coast, so that's not too late if we stay on for a couple hours. And yeah, so probably next month we'll do one like on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon, but I don't think I've done a Friday in a while. I don't know, I don't remember anymore. But so we have 2. We have next Monday the 5th at 10 a.m. Pacific time, and then Friday the 23rd at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Any questions, you can message me or, you know, put a comment down below. But yeah, I hope to see you guys there. It's been a while. I didn't schedule one in August because of being sick and everything. So it's been a while since I've seen you guys, and I miss it. But now that I'm kind of on the road to health again, I didn't even take cough medicine yesterday, so that was good. I'm still using my little Himalaya salt candies, which FYI, in case my word isn't good enough, my brother has asthma, and he had that same upper respiratory infection I did before I did, and he's still coughing because that's what his body does. I gave him one of these when I was over. I gave him a packet of them, and he took one because he was having a little coughing fit, and I'm like, hey, try these. He said that those things soothe his throat and help with the coughing better than any cough drop he's ever used. So again, I shouldn't tell you guys this because then you're going to buy them all up and I'm going to have a hard time getting them. But these things are really good. Now, you want the ones that are mint. There's also salt, lemon, salt, ginger ones, which are nice, but they're not, they don't have that throat soothing thing. They taste good, but if you want it for the throat, the dry cough, the, you know, the asthma cough, the tickly thing, it's these. Okay. I don't have any little golden book stuff to show you. I'm still, you know, haven't gotten into that mode yet, but I will. And I don't have any new starts or finishes, but we do have whips to show you. So let's get into that. Okay, so when I was over in Erin Stacy's, I worked on the same thing for the 2 nights because I have this in my, I have like a packed tote bag for Erin Stacy's that has, like, you know, my toothbrush and toothpaste and stuff like that, and just stuff that I like to bring all the time, and this is in there. So this is kind of my Erin Stacy project until I get it done, and then I'll pick something else. This is Sampler Au Chat by Jardin Privé. This is, I'm not a sampler stitcher with the alphabets and everything, but for some reason when I saw this one, I just loved it. And so there's always an exception to the rule, right? When I say I don't particularly enjoy stitching samplers, then that's the exception. I'm stitching this on a 20 count Aida in ice blue, which I also love the 20 count Aida, and I like stitching it with sulky. And on this one, I'm stitching it with 1 variegated sulky and 2 solids as accent colors. So that is where I am. This past week, I finished the alphabet. I think I did H and I were left, and then I did the cat and the mouse and the bird. But I like the combo of 1 strand of sulky on 20 count Aida. So on this, I'm using the variegated for all of the main stuff, and then the purple for all the cats, and then the pink for like the little accent animals and hearts and stuff. Okay. I worked on my lion Biscornu, which is hashtag Biscornu Beginner on Instagram. It's my first Biscornu, and I'm doing it as my August lion project for this year. And I did the flowers right here and started on the second lion. Yeah. So it's hard because I want to turn it, and I know then the stitches will all be going the wrong way. So I'm forcing myself to do it sideways. I also think, I don't know if I had all of the back stitching done on the lion last time I showed, well, except for right here in his tail. I don't know if I had that done last time I showed you. But this is a fun little one to work on. It is Tiny Modernist. Okay. Oh, so Wednesday, I was home Wednesday night, if you remember, exhausted. And it was Chatelaine Wednesday. And I don't have my Chatelaine stuff yet. Still waiting to get the stuff from European Cross Stitch. Hopefully it'll be in the next month or so, because I know I ordered all my stuff in May. I put in like 4 orders, so I don't know if I'm going to actually get them 4 separate, or they're going to come all at one clump or what. But I ordered them over the space of like 3 weeks, maybe in May. I know April people have gotten theirs, or April has gone out. My friend Julie from Stitching at the Cabin, she just got her order last week that she had ordered like almost a year ago, like last November or something, or last January. But she had Gloriana's in there, or she had something, one of the ones that takes like forever. I don't have any Glorianas, so I shouldn't have, you know, mine shouldn't be that long. Mine's more in the 3 to 4 month range, right? Let's see, May, June, July, August. Yeah, so it's been about 3 months. So hopefully on the 4th month I'll get it. But anyway, the one thing that I do have that I'm working on Chatelaine wise is my Italian street cats. So I did work on it, and did all of the, I did all the colored stitching all the way up to here. Not the back stitching yet, but which is what turns it into the lemons. But I have all my colors, and then next time I do it, I should be able to do all the rest of the colors. So maybe 2 or 3 more stitching sessions to get this one done. But it is pretty cute. This is one of those patterns that originally was a free chart, and now it's like $5. And there was a dog in the middle that I just didn't like the way he looked when I stitched him, so I took him out and made him another cat. This is on a linen. I know, it's linen. I don't stitch on linen, but it is on a really pretty piece of linen that I think I got at, it's like a remnant that I got when I was in Las Vegas at Stitcher's Paradise. Okay. Oh, okay. Friday night, I worked on Kitty Magic. This lovely chart that every time I show you, it doesn't look like anything because it's white on white on white stitches. Eventually, I will get those dark stitches in there, but I think it's going to take... I very optimistically said, oh, it's going to be the next diagonal. It's not. It's going to be like 4 diagonals down the road, but because I'm still up right in there. And hindsight being 2020, I wish I had done this, started it on like a slightly colored fabric, like a blue or something, so that the white would stand out more, but it's fine. I finished, I mean, you can still see it. It's like gray and sparkly at this point. My nail's coming off. It's uncomfortable. So I finished this diagonal and then started the next one. So, I mean, I know it's not very exciting as a thing to look at right now, but that's a heck of a lot of stitches. This is on a 20 count Aida, I think, and I'm doing 2 over 1. I mean, obviously do over 1 on Aida, but I'm doing 2 strands full cross with this one. Okay. All right, next. So here's something that you guys haven't seen in a while, and the one thing with having a lot of whips, and I have around, I think 40, I'm in the 40 range. And I don't mind that. I mean, I like having a lot of whips. I haven't really felt the desire to start anything new recently. I mean, I did start the 2 little things for August. I have some big charts that are ready to go, and I haven't felt the desire, but they're there for when I do, and if I feel the desire, I'll stitch them, I'll start them. Right now I'm more in kind of seeing what projects I can get finished before the end of the year, because I'd like to get a few done. I mean, definitely the 2 small ones I started this August will definitely get finished before the end of the year, and there's a couple others that I think I will be able to do as well. So anyway, I had pulled this one out actually a couple weeks ago, and it was sitting here, and for whatever reason yesterday I picked it up, and I got a lot done, and I got ideas on what I want to do for finishing, so I'm going to town on this. So this one is Cole. It's one of the 4 alley cats that are a Debbie Mum design for Mill Hill. And as I said, there's 4. So the other 3 are Ashes, Cinder, and Smoky. And I don't know if you guys remember, but when I ordered my 4, I got 2 the same ones. So I actually got 2 Coles. So eventually this will be a giveaway, but not this week. But it will be, so stay tuned. Anyway, so I was working on this yesterday, and I got a lot done. This didn't have any, I did the beading on this. This one was done, well, no, it wasn't done actually. The gray stitches weren't completed, so I completed that and added the beading. This one I did start to finish yesterday, and then I had these stitches in, but these bottom stitches were not mostly done. I didn't have any of the head done yet, or the tail, so that was all done yesterday. And yeah, that color's right. This is washed out. That is cracked. It's bright orange like that. But yeah, I was having fun with this yesterday, and it was going so fast. It made me kind of like excited, like I want to get this done. And like I said, I got an idea for how I want to finish it. And I think actually I might film that. So I ordered 4 canvases like this, but I got black ones, and I got obviously 6-inch because that's what this is. And I got black like push pins, flat black push pins. So this is actually 5 3/4 inches. I'm gonna have to see when I actually get to the canvas, but I think what I might end up needing to do is taking this gray color and doing an extra row around the corners, and actually I think I might pull it all the way down so that it fits exactly on the 6. I think that will make it fit exactly, and then I'm just gonna stretch it on those canvases and pin it, and I think it'll look really cool. So yeah, we'll see when they get here. They should come next week. I mean, obviously I can't do it until this is finished, but I think I'll work on this and try and get it done maybe this week. So yeah, that's cool. And I was noticing on the other ones that they're not, I mean, they're the same idea. They all have the 4 corners and then the cat in the middle. They have slightly different colors in the corners, and on top of that, each one has like a different pattern of the beads. So like this one, the beads are in kind of a diamond pattern, but one of them, the beads are like striped across the thing, and then the other 2, they're in like these little artistic clumps. So that's kind of interesting. But, oh, and, okay, so talking about beading, and my next project, there's going to be a lot of beading too. I did have somebody ask me, like, any tips for beading, or, you know, that they have never beaded, and, like, you know, what are my tips? So here's just a few things. First of all, if you've never beaded and kind of want to and are a little bit nervous about it, I suggest get a mill hill kit. You don't have to get a big one. You could get just an ornament. Just a little ornament on perforated paper, unless you hate the perforated paper, but it's going to give you an idea of beading. And, you know, I think everybody should try beading, and then you can find out. If you hate it, then you know you never want to do it again. And if you love it, you can add beads to everything, like I'm inclined to do right now. So one tip that I have, and it's funny because I was looking at, I did do a mill hill ornament, like it's an extra video, the beading. And one of the things I said is that you're going to get your beading needle and you need it, etc. Well, I found since then that you don't necessarily need a beading needle, because a size 28 needle will go through most beads. It goes through the mill hills pretty easily. Occasionally I'll get one bead that sticks, and so I throw that bead away. But a size 28 needle works on, I would say, 98% of your beads, and that's good because they're a little bit easier to work with as far as threading the needles and stuff like that. So tip one, try your size 28 if you don't like the beading needles. Tip two is stop thinking about it as beading. It's not anything that you're not used to. Basically, you do cross stitch, right? You pull your needle up, go down, pull your needle up, go down, you make an X. So beading is exactly the same thing, except you're picking up a bead in the middle of it. It's not that big a deal. And so I think, like, get your mind out of that idea that you're doing some, you know, fancy schmancy thing. You're not. It's not even like a specialty stitch. It's just picking up picking up a bead in the middle of doing your regular cross stitch, or a half stitch, depending on what either you prefer or the pattern says. This pattern called for doing half stitches. The difference that that's going to do with, like, these bigger beads is the angle that the bead's going to sit at. If you do a half stitch, the bead is going to sit like this. If you do a full cross, it's going to sit up like that. So yeah, I mean, that's like my biggest tip, is kind of like get over it and just try it. It's not that hard. As far as tools to use, I use that little Beadalon, little finger bead nabber thing. That's helpful for me. People use sticky bobs. I don't necessarily use a sticky bob because I'm just afraid I'm gonna get cat hair all over it. I do have a sticky thing somewhere that I have used a little bit, but you know, my tip though is, if you aren't going to use something sticky, then only pour out a few beads at a time, because if you're anything like me, you're gonna spill them everywhere if you pour out too many. Okay, so anyway, that is cool. And last but not least, as far as my whips, you knew I was going to save it for last, is the Little Mermaid. You know what? And my cover is over there. I don't even have that to show you. It's Mediterranean Mermaid by Mirabilia, but I've totally changed it. I've turned it into Ariel, the Little Mermaid. And I have continued. Okay. So, as you can see, her tail has gotten longer. I've gotten a little bit into the back fin here. I've beaded, okay, I'm gonna roll it a little bit here. You guys saw her hair and everything last time. Okay. So I've added some beads in here, and then basically I think I pretty much beaded the body of her tail. So we're looking at doing the back fin and then finishing these beads on this top and bottom side fin. And she's coming along. So I am just so thrilled with how this is coming out. I think she just looks really good. This pattern just lent itself so well to this conversion, and I'm just really, really, really happy with her. I hope you guys are being able to see that because I cannot see what I'm showing you. And of course, when I hold the fabric up close, it doesn't look right. But okay. So yes, that is Ariel in all her glory. Although her tail, the end of her tail is going to be pretty spectacular when I get to working on that. Okay, so that is for all of my whips. I do actually have a little bit of haul to show you this week. And I have a birthday gift that I got from one of my subscriber friends, Bonnie Lerner. So I want to show you that also. I told you guys about these last week, which has nothing really to do with stitching, but I got the watering globes for my plant. And as you can see, I haven't even opened these yet, so they could like be all broken and I wouldn't even know yet. Okay. Oh, and they're not. Wait, is this one cracked? No. So these are watering globes. You basically fill them with water and then you put them in the plant, and because this is narrower, it's more like it doesn't just all pour out. It pours out as the water, as the soil gets drier. This one's really pretty. So I don't think I need all 4, but I'm gonna try those and see on my little plant garden that I got from my friend. I haven't watered it yet. It is still looking all crisp and happy, and it doesn't feel dried out yet, but I'm gonna go ahead and add these. I think that the African violets look like they need a little bit of water, so I'll put one in that corner. Okay, 2 other little bits of haul. I got some more of these thimble things. I got these to work on Stitching the Situation, which I didn't work on this week. And I just got some regular ones, some gold kind of ones that, but, because those were going to come right away. These took a little bit longer, but I wanted them because pretty. Because they're pretty. They're kind of different sizes to fit on different fingers. They're all the same, pretty much. But they're the rainbow metal, so that's why I got those. Then I got a little set. This is just from Amazon. I have a couple projects that I'm doing right now, which I realize I've been using. I use these sorts of things and I enjoy them, so I decided to get a few more. So these are just floss holders, organizers. And it came in a set of 4 for, I think, $13, something like that. Now, they're numbered, as you can see. I usually still put like a sticker on the back or something with the symbol. And then I got this one separately. So now I have 5 of them. And that should keep me for a while. Okay, and then last but definitely not least is I got this lovely little gift from Bonnie with a really pretty card. It's like glittery butterflies. Can you see the glitter? And all kinds of fun stickers and stuff on the inside. And then she sent me, these are so cool. She sent me magnetic bookmark, page flag kind of things and binder clips. So this set is all kitty stuff. And I use these in my journal, so that's great. This one, kind of like bee and flower. And then this one is like sewing, stitching, sort of themed. So those are so cool. And they're magnetic, so actually, you know, they fold open, right? So you can put them over a page, but you can also kind of use them as a needle minder if you just magnet them, you know, put a magnet on the back and put these on the front of your stitching. So versatile. So thank you so much, Bonnie. It's a wonderful little like gifty surprise. So I think that's it. I think that's all I have for you this week. Plans, you know, more of the same. I don't have anything specific. I'm looking forward to talking with hopefully a bunch of you next Monday to enjoy that last day of the 3-day weekend. I always enjoy a 3-day weekend, I gotta say. So yeah, so I hope hopefully a bunch of you will be able to join. I mean, I know there's a lot of picnics and parties and all kinds of stuff that happen for people that day. Not for me. I'm going to be sitting at home doing nothing. Tried to reach my trash can and I couldn't. So that's why I decided to do a stitchy meetup. So I'll be stitching on my tulips and fans, trying to get that done. I'm close-ish to finishing that one. I think that one, I have a goal to get that one done before the end of the year. That's one of the things I need to sit down and do, because I did this last year and it worked really well. I picked out like 10 projects or something like that that I thought had a chance of getting finished, and I got several of them done, so that was good. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys on the 5th, and I'll see you before that on the 4th in my regular video. But I hope you guys have a great week, stitching, relaxing, dealing with whatever weather you're having. We have actually a cooler day today. It's supposed to be like 82, something like that today. It's still overcast, but I'm sure that's gonna burn off. But then it's popping back up. By the end of the week, it's supposed to be 97 again. So I'm ready for that to be done. That's for sure. If I ever move with following my brother and sister-in-law, they're planning, as I said, to go to Michigan, where there's actual weather. It'll be interesting if I follow them in the next couple years. So hopefully you guys will be along for that journey too. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great week, and until I see you again, please remember to be content, be kind, and be crafty. This is Carla. Bye-bye.